everybody, coming up next, it's Secrets of Louisville Chefs, and we are with a great studio audience and one of Louisville's best chefs, and this is going to be a treat for you.
What I do in life is to make sure Julia Child would have loved it.
It's comfort food that's fit for white tablecloth and secrets to making it yourself, courtesy of the head chef at Harvest.
It's powerful good.
Plus, Tim Laird puts a Kentucky twist on the classic champagne cocktail. You'll get the secrets to all of that and so much more in a whole lot of fun packed into the next 30 minutes. It's Secrets of Louisville Chefs. Secrets of Louisville Chefs. We are at Bourbon Barrel Foods. We're excited to have Chef Patrick Roney with us. He is here making a name for himself by serving Five Diamond food at Louisville's Silbach Hotel, and now he's putting his culinary skills on display and on every plate at Harvest on Market Street. Chef Patrick is a master at turning local ingredients into some of the most innovative comfort food you've ever seen. You're going to see him do that today, and you're going to get the secrets to making the same great dishes at home. Plus, Tim Laird, he's putting a bluegrass twist on the classic champagne cocktail. You're going to love this. So what do you say? Let's get started with today's show. Let me introduce to you America's CEO, the Chief Entertaining Officer, and my co-host, Tim Laird.
Hello, Kevin.
Hello, Timmy. Boy. So it starts with a great audience and a great group of people at home.
Right.
And then it comes into the studio here, and we have to have a great chef, which we have plenty of those, and we have one of Louisville's best today. And let me tell you something else we have.
Oh.
They're alive.
They are.
And they're in here, and they're lobster.
They're lobsters. Lobsters in the house.
How about that?
All right.
So you're in for a good show when you start with lobster.
I love that.
You want to get started?
I do.
I'm
right
stepping
away.
out of the way.
All right. It's a great day to be in Kitchen Studio, everybody, because we have a top chef. I love this guy. He's won many awards. Here he is from Harvest, Patrick Roney. Hello, Chef.
How are you?
Good to see you.
Howdy. How's everybody doing?
I think they're doing all right. They're excited.
Wonderful.
I'll tell you what.
I'm excited.
Are you excited? We're excited.
I'm always excited to be here. Some of my favorite people, my favorite show for sure, at Bourbon Barrel Foods couldn't be a better place to be. So
we're loving this. You know, I mentioned the lobster. One thing I know about Harvest is that you source out your ingredients from a 100-mile radius, and that includes the lobster.
That includes the lobster. These little guys are coming right from LaGrange. They're cousins of the Australian red claw, but we're calling them the Kentucky red claw. And Crystal Bridge Fish Company is supplying me with these. We're going to start off with the lobster bisque. So in this pot, we're going to start off with a couple of, a little bit of butter. That's going into a nice hot pot. Some mirepoix, carrots, celery, onion. And then a special ingredient that I put in my bisque that I think pairs really well with lobster is sunchoke, also known as Jerusalem artichoke. All those go in. We're going to let those roast, saute for a minute. I'm going to now get over to my lobsters and kind of show you where we do the magic on these guys. So the tail is just going to twist off like that, and then I pull the shell off of this body like that, and you've got the tail we're going to reserve for later. I pull these little guys off. We call them, I'm from Maryland, they call them the dead man's fingers on crabs. But we'll pull that off. That's all ready to go in the bisque. And so you're extracting all the flavor and all the magic out of these lobsters by using their bodies and getting the toast on the shell, and you really get great flavor out of them.
So why do you have to pick those?
These will give it kind of a muddy flavor, maybe a little bit of
oh yeah, I got it.
Kind of a damp flavor almost.
So you're taking it out and then throwing everything
else.
Take that
in, throw it right in there.
Got it.
Those kind of sweat down for a little bit. Magic of TV, that's been about 15 minutes. They're nice and bright red. Local product right here, Copper and King's brandy. So brandy's always been my go-to ingredient in bisque. Just so happens we have a local one. So we're going to go right in there with a little bit of that. That's going to cook down for about 2-3 minutes. Cook the alcohol off. Then we've got some tomato juice that we've saved from the summer. We do a lot of canning and stuff like that at the restaurant. So we're just filling that up. Let that cook for a little bit. We're going to add a little bit of heavy cream on that. A little bit of salt and pepper. I've got, this is actually Appalachian sea salt from J.Q. Dixon Salt Company out of West Virginia. And they actually, they're fracking down to a salt deposit that's several miles under the Earth's crust from an ocean that predates the Atlantic. So
interesting. How
local
about that?
salt.
Local salt? I
Yeah,
never
so
knew that.
you know we take it to that next level with our local ingredients for sure.
Boy, you really do.
So that's going to cook for about an hour and a half. Then we're going to go into a blender with that and crush all the shells. And then we'll go back onto heat and then back into a blender. So we get all the flavor out of that.
Wow.
And then we'll add a little bit of cream to it and a little bit more brandy kind of at the end. So I'm going to grab some bisque. I've already got some made up over
some
here.
right over here.
So,
Also, yeah, you know it's only a half-hour show, so we didn't have to wait the 2 hours for the
Yeah.
bisque.
So this is after it's been strained and crushed and put in the blender a few times.
Exactly. And then I always adjust the seasoning at the end and add a little more salt, pepper, maybe lemon juice if it needs, and then we're good to go. So I take this. We're gonna take a little bit of our cream and just put a little dollop of that right on top, and it just kind of floats right there. And then we top that with a little hush puppy. We generally put that on the side of the bowl at the restaurant so it stays nice and crisp as it goes to the table. A little bit of fresh herb on there. And then I've got some sunchoke chips that I fried up that,
nice.
that sit on top of that. And you've got a lovely local lobster bisque.
Wow, that is incredible. I mean, I've never seen a lobster bisque like that, Chef. That's where you bring the magic into just an ordinary dish and now kicked it up even a higher level. Look at that.
Not only that, but you'll never find another local lobster bisque in the city, I'm sure.
That's right.
We're going to have a chance to have an audience member take a taste when we come back, and we're not finished learning the secrets from Patrick Roney. He's got more to share on Secrets of Louisville Chefs when we come back. Kitchen studio here at Bourbon Barrel Foods. We have had a great time, and the show's only halfway over. You saw Patrick Roney from Harvest make up that wonderful local lobster bisque, and now one of our great studio audience members. Nice to see you, Amanda.
Nice to see you, Kevin.
And, you know, you're going to have a chance to take a taste. But before we get to that, I think we have something in common. We have to say boiler up, right?
Right, boiler up.
We are Purdue grads.
Yes.
You're a foodie?
Oh, yes, you can say that.
All right. You like lobster bisque?
I love it.
Well, let's see how the local lobster bisque tastes. This is a first for Louisville, especially when you think of actually getting the lobsters from LaGrange.
That's incredible. That's
Yeah?
fantastic.
Thank you.
Well done, Chef.
Taste a little bit of the dollop of the whipped cream that he had there. And now we have the, so we got the whipped cream. Put the brandy in that.
Yep.
Good. What about the hush puppy?
Awesome.
2 thumbs up. Yeah. See? Look at it. And now it's gone.
2 out of 3. Here we go.
And the hush puppy. Oh, see. Very nice.
That's really excellent. Thank you.
Thank you for being a taster. That is yours to enjoy.
Yay.
Nice to see you, Amanda. You can
you,
take
guys.
that back to your table there. Tim Laird is
Hello.
up next.
I've got a cocktail. By the way,
Tim.
Purdue, you guys are known as the Boilermakers?
That's right.
You know, that's a cocktail, too.
I do know
You know
that.
what a Boilermaker is?
I do, yes.
Beer with a shot of bourbon that you drop down in the glass and you drink that, right?
Yes.
I should have brought that today.
Ah, I'm glad you did.
Anyway, I've got a twist. I'll tell you what, Patrick Roney, when he was started his cooking career in Louisville when he came to us at the Seelbach, and they have a famous champagne cocktail called the Seelbach cocktail.
Okay.
Now that he's at Harvest, I always try to do some thematic cocktails to tie it in.
Right.
And I thought, you know what, I'm going to take a classic cocktail that dates back pre-Prohibition, which is a champagne cocktail, which is simply a sugar cube, bitters, and champagne. Now, for my twist, I'm going to take my sugar cube, but use
a little bit of Woodford Reserve spiced cherry bitters. So, a sugar cube in the bottom of your glass.
Yeah.
And get a good, generous 8 or so dashes of your bitters.
That's powerful.
It's powerful good. And then all of a sudden, I'm going to top that with a little Corbel Brut. That goes on top. Again, this is a classic champagne cocktail. If you ever watched the movie Casablanca, they're drinking it all throughout the movie, but here it is.
And it's easy.
With a Kentucky twist. And here we go. Cheers, Kevin. Let's see how we did. Wow.
That's good.
Isn't that good?
Yes, it is.
What's it taste like,
Another.
Kevin? It does.
That really is good. No wonder it's a classic.
It is.
Anybody would
it's
like
a classic,
that, right?
And I love the twist with the Woodford Reserve spiced cherry bitters.
That was very
nice.
good.
Keeping it local.
Yeah, and that's the whole key about today's show, especially, is keeping it local. But you know, the chef that we have, Patrick Roney, it didn't start local. We know your vast history where you were out yachting the world and then came to Louisville. So I think that's fascinating for people at home that may not know. Your experience goes globally.
It does. It does. And my wife and I traveled the world working on luxury yachts, doing charters and working for private owners as well. So we cruised the Mediterranean, Caribbean, New England, and had a wonderful time, wonderful memories. But we were hungering for something more. We had come back to visit her family, and going out in the local dining scene, and I was like, man, I love this town. And so it was, my choice. I told Heather, I was like, we got to settle down in Louisville. And she's like, really? And her parents were like, really? And so now we have a baby girl, and we have a house in the Highlands, and the jobs all come together with being at Harvest. So really, truly have set roots here in Louisville, and couldn't be happier to be here.
And part of that history is, I remember you told me this before too, Patrick, is that you saw the show that we showcased all these great restaurants, and that really said, wow, this is a great town with phenomenal restaurants.
Absolutely. It is. I sat in my wife's childhood room, and there's a TV in there, and that was the first time I saw Secrets Louisville Chefs, and I was like, let me check this out.
And now you're on the show. You've been on many times. Many times.
It's a great place to call home, and we're fortunate to have many great chefs like yourself say, hey, we want to make this home. So thank you. You make our show possible.
Definitely.
And what's
Thank
that,
you.
Chef? What are we going to do now?
This is a guinea hen from Red Hog Farms, locally raised. So we're going to do what's called a roulade, also could be known as a ballantine or galantine. So what we're taking off a wing bone here, and then we are going to take off the breast and leg, and I'm just kind of breaking that down. And I want to keep the breast and leg together and the skin intact to make this roulade happen. And then that leg just breaks off at the bone there. So we're through that, and then I'm going to debone the leg quickly.
Oh, this will be interesting.
So this bone, we're just going to come down here. We get to the bottom there, and I'm just kind of going around that to release that meat. And then straight up the thigh bone. And then really at this point, you can kind of dig in there and pull that meat right back. And so you can see it just pulls off. I watched a lot of Jacques Pepin and Julia Child when I was younger, and so
really,
this is so Julia Child right here. Jacques
really
Pepin.
Is.
She would be loving this this little recipe. So we've got the bird deboned, skin intact, leg meat, breast meat. Just give it a light little trim, and then another great local product. This is my good buddy Jay Denham raises these hogs for his mountain ham. It's Woodlands pork. This one in particular, we've got a little bit of fennel, a whole lot of Bourbon Barrel Foods smoked paprika in there, and then the Woodlands pork ground up. We're going to get that right in this bird.
Oh, as a stuffing.
And a nice little farce right in that bird, and it's going to give lots of fat as this cooks. It's gonna render out a good bit of that fat and really flavor that meat.
Julie would have loved that too.
Julie would.
She would have really loved that.
A lot of what I do in life is to make sure Julia Child would have loved it. I'll just take and add just a pinch more seasoning on that breast in there. And then we're going to add some fresh parsley. So I'm going to roll this, and as I roll it, I'm going to keep that skin, I'm going to pull the skin away from it a little bit so I can wrap that skin around in one layer. And so we just wrap that all the way around like that. And we kind of shape it, and that sausage will help to shape it in there. We're going to get it in that plastic, and I'm going to kind of tighten it as I'm rolling this. And my chef de cuisine that I just hired, Ryan Smith, taught me this technique, and I've got him with me today. He's helped me out behind the scenes. He is a great young talent in this town. I hope to see him on this show one of these days. But so, as you can see, we take that, and all of a sudden we have this lovely little bundle. So I'll just take a little butcher's twine and tie those two ends off. Bring some water up to heat, not boiling, drop them in and just let them poach in this. And it cooks naturally, nice and slow, that evenly all the fat renders into the meat.
We're going to take a quick commercial break while that is cooking. And when we come back, we're going to show you how incredibly good it looks.
I can't wait.
How's that? Stay with us. We'll be right back on Secrets of Louisville Chefs. Welcome back to Secrets of Louisville Chefs. We're learning the secrets from one of Louisville's greats. Patrick Roney is in the house from Harvest. And Patrick, through the commercial break, you were saying as we were going to break that we had everything wrapped up in plastic wrap, and Tim included, and we were about ready to start the cooking process.
Absolutely. So we have this that's nice and warm. So this has just come out of the water bath. At this point, we want that crispy skin. So I've got a pan on heat right here. Going to get a little bit of oil in there and get that cranking. We want that nice and high. I'm also going to get a little bit of butter in there.
Already fully cooked, you're just going to crisp it up.
Just crisping it up.
Got it.
So this is great for a dinner party or something. If you want to go ahead and get these done, then you're not spending all your time in the kitchen with the guinea hens. You're spending time with your guests in the living room. Enjoying Tim's cocktails.
Exactly. There you go.
So that's going to roll like that. We serve this very kind of simply because everything good is already in there. So we don't need a lot of other things to distract from the guinea hen itself. So we do a simple. Just a braised greens, like a southern style greens, and I use whatever's coming from the farm. So in this case, I've used a little bit of broccoli or cauliflower greens, a little bit of Brussels sprout greens, some kale, some chard, and we cook that down slow with a lot of pork products. I've just got this heating up in a little cast iron skillet. You can see all that lovely bacon in there, and we've got some of the woodland pig feet in there that has been smoked, and we're going to just let that be itself. Our consomme is rolling right here.
What's in your consomme? Just a little.
Just the guinea hen bone. I made with the stock, and then I just clarified it, and I add a little bit of thyme to that, so it's just a really nice and clear,
very kind of clean.
Stock. Yeah. You want to be careful because you can see Tim running away. It does pop a little bit. You've still got some moisture that's happening in there, so you want to have some thick skin a little bit. But if you get this in the oven with the butter, browning up like that, you'll be just fine. Out of harm's way.
God, it just smells so good.
It does smell great.
That is incredible.
So we do a little baste technique. I know Ryan's back there going baste the birds. Yeah, baste the birds.
That's right. Yeah.
So
again, another French method, right?
Taking some of that butter and just going right back over the top. Just keeping everything going nice and lovely. So in this same pan, I'm going to get some mushrooms. Just a nice little garnish to put in there. Those will get roasted right with that bird.
God, those are good-looking mushrooms.
Yeah, they're beautiful. we are going to slice over here. So I'm going to take my my greens and
I like the way you said that. Your greens with a lot of pork product in it.
Yes.
Because it does have, like you said, a lot of different things.
You know, so many restaurants are going to this farm-to-table method, but really every dish is that method at Harvest.
every dish is that method, correct. With Ivor, he is a farmer, so he's in the field every day. And so that philosophy has been there from the start. And, you know, I truly believe in this day and age with the way kind of big corporate food is going, we really need to start focusing down on the community efforts with food, supporting your local farmers, your local artisans, buying local in the community, supports the local economy, and everybody kind of benefits from that. So this guy's nice. If you have leather fingers, you can do that.
Did you see that? How about those tongs Chef used?
So we've got that nice color on the skin, and then as we're slicing this, we're going to see all that lovely.
You can hear how crispy it is.
So if you can see that there, you've got the dark meat, you've got the sausage, you've got the breast, and then that skin's nice and crispy. We'll get a nice center cut.
Wow. Does that look great?
That's a great idea.
Really respecting the ingredients and letting them shine is what we do. These mushrooms are nicely browned.
Wow.
So those will go right in there like that. We're gonna take our consomme, and we've got a dainty little pot like this, so I'll pour right out of here. That consomme goes right in there. I think it's gorgeous.
It looks
just like
ready
that.
to
great,
eat
isn't
right
it?
there.
I'll tell you what, Chef. That looks, smells, and I bet tastes awesome. That is incredible. That is very unique dish. We're so lucky to have you, a global chef now, residing right here in Louisville. You're not going to leave us, are you?
No, sir.
Patrick Roney, everybody. Thank you very much. Appreciate you being here. You can find those recipes from Patrick on our website at newlocaltv.com if you'd like to try yourself. If you want to be a member of our studio audience, that's easy to do too. Simply visit mintjuliptours.com. For Tim Laird, I'm Kevin Harnett. On behalf of all of us at B&B Productions, we'll see you next time on Secrets of Louisville Chefs. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Creative.
Thank you.